Hello, Fran. Hi, Fran. How are you? Hi, Shirley. How is everybody? Hello, Leslie. Hello there. Hello, Margaret. How are you? Hello, Debbie. How is everybody? Hi, Liz. Good afternoon. Hi, Patricia. I'm very well. I hope you are too. Good afternoon, Jane. Good afternoon, Vicky. Hello there. Hi, Debbie. Did I miss Sue Dawn? I must have missed Sue Dawn. I was obviously half asleep. Hello, Sue. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you. Hi, Gina. Hi, Ali. I used the round jelly plate yesterday, Ali. I'm sure it was you that asked about the round jelly plate, or I could be going mad. Hello, Maria. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Linda. Hello, Piggy Sue. Hi, Sue. And Sue Dunn says hi to Fran. Hi, Debbie. Yes, I'm quite pleased with the samples, how they've turned out. I must admit, I've been creating all day today. Hi, Mary. Hi, Catherine. It's funny because I've got my camera straight, yet I look lopsided. Weird. Hi, Lynn. How are you, Sue? Hello, Autumn. Have you been playing catch up? How are you, Autumn? You've been busy. Hello, Carolyn. Thank you very much. Hi, Yvonne. I think it differs when you start using them, don't you, Carolyn? Sometimes the picture doesn't do them justice. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Stephanie. Sitting here, blending inks whilst watching you. Have got to go into work next week for a couple of, let me see more, couple of days. Oh, you've got to go and work for a couple of days, have you, Stephanie? Hope it goes all right. I'm not too bad, Piggy Sue. Are you? I've been creating this morning, and Karen is working whilst watching. Good morning, Marianne. What time is it where you are? Oh, thank you, Liz. Thank you very much for sharing. Hi, Lorraine. You're so good to me. I'll just give a few moments. Hello, Jennifer. We're all very well, seem to be, touch wood. Been crafting in my shed. Phew, it's hot on there. I bet it's hot out there, isn't it, Patricia? Hello, Sue Jones. How are you? I have to say the Sue's surnames, or else the Sues don't know who I'm talking to. Hi, Karen. How are you? Hello, Lucy. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Roz, the baking queen. Rosie's been baking everything under the sun. I think she's cooked everything you could possibly think of this morning. It's a beautiful day. I've not been outside, I've been creating, but I'm hoping I can get outside in a bit and maybe do a bit of tidying in the garden with the ducklings. The ducklings are just beautiful. Hello, Lorraine. I don't know whether I said hello, Lorraine. Hello, Gabby. Lovely greetings from Germany. Is it good? No, what's good afternoon? I only know good morning. Is that Guten Tag? It's 11 a.m, Marianne. Oh, so not an unearthly hour then. Hello, Serena. Hello there. Good afternoon, ladies. Has anyone else had trouble with buying the new stamps that were not marked as pre-order? No? Where have you? I ordered mine and gone last week with an estimated delivery date of the 1st to the 5th. And they're not in stock. Oh, you'll have to message me, Fran. Let me know who you ordered from. Because I think certain ones are in and certain ones are on pre-order. Hi, Sue J. My bird of paradise plant has come out of the greenhouse. Oh, they're just gorgeous, Sue, bird of paradise are. They're just stunning. Hello from Finland. Hello, Satu. Hello there. Hello, Eugenie. How are you? Thank you, Joanna. Very kind of you. Thank you very much for sharing. Hello, Chris. How is everybody? Everybody seems well. Hello, Joe. How are you? Hello, Marion. Good afternoon. Oh, there you go, Fran. It's not just you. Jennifer's still waiting for hers to come. There you go. But I know some, Fran. Some are available now, but some are not available yet. How have your samples gone? I've been making samples today for this, so not too bad actually, because I've really enjoyed this. Finland is 6 p.m. Oh, thank you for joining me, Sachu. I didn't realise you were 2 hours ahead. Guten Tag is right. Yay! I got something right, Gabby. Hi, Sanchez. I've been told my beetle and family is on its way. Whoopee, we love the beetle. Oh, I'm very strange, I am. I'm very well, Eugenie. It's lovely to have your company. Have you just come across me, Sue? Well, I was supposed to be busy today, but then I thought, oh, what the heck? I need an hour's chat. So I thought, what the heck, we'll just go live. So, yes, I just decided to go live and decided why not. Hello, Laurie, how are you? Good afternoon, everybody. Sat here with my usual glass of red wine. You sound like my husband, Janet. A glass of red wine or a gin. Fran's mowed the grass and cleaned the windows. That's a bit energetic, isn't it, Fran? Mowed the grass and cleaned the windows. The windows are one of my worst jobs. I don't like doing them. And Yvonne's received the beetle. Yay! I expect to see beetle samples. It's 11 a.m. here in Ontario. Can you tell I'm not very well travelled, Karen? My friend would know where that was straight away. Sue, my parents had one. Was told to put it out in the garden for a bit and someone stole it. They stole it, for goodness sake. Oh, hello, Carol. You're a newbie. Welcome to our land of odd. We've got a newbie in Carol. Shall we lead Carol astray? I'm still waiting for pen nibs and mushrooms from her Chandy. Oh, when did you order them, Patricia? The pen nibs and mushrooms are in stock. I bought the Beatles and oh, I love that Numbers. This one did you buy? The Numbers one. I love that. Pear on pre-order. That's it, Leslie. You're right. Pear's on pre-order. It's not long, though. I know it's not long before they arrive. Hello, Ute. Hello there. So, oh, I think we've got quite a few now, so I can waffle. Hello, Shabnese. Hello there. Hi, Rizwana. How are you? Jane Smallbrooks. I was just going to say that. I keep missing them as well. What did you keep missing, Tracy? The lives? I'm very well, Wendy. How are you? You see, I missed you. One day and I can't survive. So, as I told you yesterday, this is one of the stamps that's going to be in the one-day special on the 18th of May. Hello from Belgium. Akina, hello there. Thank you very much. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Hello, Diane. Hello, there's still ladies joining us. Chris, guess what, Chris? We haven't done a thing. What a surprise. I've just said hello to everybody, Chris. I've not done anything else. You know what I'm like. Hi, Bev. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Becky. So I thought, hello, Diane. So I thought we'd showcase this one because this is going to be in the one-day special. The Beatles, it just sounds so odd, that does. What number is the Beatles? What number is the Beatles? It is stamp set 335, Sue. Oh, can we have a stamp that says welcome to the land of odd? I wonder if Abs would let me get away with that one. Welcome to the land of odd. So, see, somebody thinks that welcome to the land of odd would be cool. It's all right, Tracy. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. Anybody can catch up, so it doesn't matter if you miss me. Hello, Annette. So yes, Sue, it's stamp set 335. Or the Beatles. I love the Beatles. Ordered the Beatle today from Stampers Grove. We have to buy them bit. Exactly. You have to buy bit by bit, Gina. Nobody can buy everything at once. I buy my plants bit by bit and my paints. Me along with the one-day special on the 27th. My Hochanda order has been dispatched, but due to unreliable post. Oh, fingers crossed, Jane, you get it soon. No, you've not missed anything, Chris. Hello, Kim. So what we're going to do is I'm going to showcase this stamp set, and I want to showcase how versatile it is. What I like about this A4 stamp set, probably Tracy. Oh, what did I miss, Anne? Probably Tracy. Oh, you might be answering the other Tracy. I think Abs will. I think Abs would. Oh, I'll have to try that then. Where's ours? We could educate him. Oh, bless you, Vanessa. I'm very well, Lee. Are you? So, if you look at these stamp sets, I've created the A4 stamp set a little bit different this time. I set my watch alarm for 4 every day, and if Tracy isn't on, I watch an earlier one. Oh, bless you, Kim. That's really kind. So I've designed this A4 one a little bit different, because the last A4 ones I had 2 big stamp sets, but this time I've gone for 3 really substantial images and good ones that will work with every stamp set. Got my thistle stamp today. Yay, Maureen. I think the B one might be the one that's on pre-order. So I'm loving these. So I thought the best way to showcase a stamp, we all need to message Abs. He'll kill me. The best way, because sometimes when you look at a stamp like that, you look at it, and when you first look at stamps, you can say, oh yes, that's my favourite. Oh yes, that's my favourite. And I always think until you use them, you don't really know how versatile they are. And I have to say, I've had great fun using these. Welcome to the land of odd. I think we should have that. Welcome to the land of odd. So I've made a couple of samples this morning. So I'm really chuffed with this one. This is the one we're going to make today. So I've even created a little shaker element over the word pear. Let me just do it like that, then you can see the shaker element. Oh, and Lee got some of her order today as well. So if I tilt this on one side, you can see there's a little shaker element there on the side. And this is how I visualised the stamps. I wanted them to be like a vintage print, because I will put this one on my wall, because I'm really pleased with that one. And we've used the number stamp in the background as well, just that you can see here. The number stamp is in the background. So this is the one that we're going to create today. But I'll show you a couple of other samples as well, just to show you how versatile the stamp is. So I just love that sample. Oh, thank you, Sue. So then I thought, well, what if somebody doesn't like vintage? So if you don't like vintage, I created one in a different colour, and I'll demonstrate this one on the one day special day. So I'll demonstrate this one when one day special is. So you've got a lovely background, and they don't have to be, if you don't want vintage, you can have colours. So I'm really pleased with, I was really inspired. I think the thing is with stamps, when you look at the packaging doesn't tell you how versatile they are. Yes, you know what your style is, or you know what your taste is, but it doesn't really bring them to life. So it's just, I just love them. Just creating today, and I love them. I know they're my stamps, but I'm so chuffed with them. And then I thought, well, what if you don't like mixed media projects? I'll create a little card. So I created this card with the Strelitzia, and I have to say, I'm chuffed to bits with the Strelitzia. I'm absolutely thrilled. And then can you see this little background stamp in the background? That could be used on its own, and you could just add shading like this. So that is the background stamp in the background. But I just love the Strelitzia. I think the Strelitzia is fab. And yes, I know they're my stamps, but I'm chuffed to bits with that one. It took me ages to draw it, but I love it. I love it. It's just a lovely, striking image. So I use this in the background because that'll be on the one day special. But if you just wanted that as the card, you could put this in the background and then just put a sentiment. What was that? I do keep up to date with Tracy because Pat Robinson does all the makes and I see them. Oh, bless Tracy. So if you wanted to just have that as the focal image, you could, because you could just have that in the background and have a sentiment, and that would just work as a focal image as well. But I'm just so chuffed. I'm so chuffed with the Strelitzia. I can't do you know when you really like a sample you've made? I can't stop touching the samples. I just love the sample. I just think it's weird to like your own work, but I'm so chuffed with how that came out. The background one looks like the honesty plant. Oh, I know what you mean. Yes, yes, it does. Yes. It doesn't matter that you're late, Jennifer. We've only shown a couple of samples. So I'm quite pleased with that. I love that. So if you just like cards, there's cards. All we've shown, Jennifer, is a couple of samples. We've shown this one, Jennifer, which is with the pear, just to show that you don't have to use vintage. So we just showed that. So if you don't want vintage, then you can have a coloured. It doesn't have to be vintage. But we're creating the vintage one today, so I'm quite pleased with that. And then, as a stark contrast, because I designed these to look like vintage prints, so I've also done one in vintage. So I did this as a vintage print because that's why I designed them, so that I can put them on my wall, because I'm really pleased with that. So if you look at these two together, those two would go nicely together on a wall. So that's how I designed them. Hello, Jan. So I got mine from That's Crafty. Oh, right. So that's how I designed them, because I knew that I wanted some vintage prints. Hello, Stefania. And that's what I'd got in my head when I designed them. So I'm really chuffed with them. But if obviously you like colours, then it gives you different ways to use them. Oh, thank you, Eugenie. I love the vintage version, Beverly, but that's me all over. I love vintage because I designed them as if I was going to do vintage prints for my wall, because my office is all in sort of vintage. So that's why I designed them to be like that. But if you like colours, then obviously you've got your colours as well. But I have to say I do love that Strelitzia. I do love it. I love it. And I don't think you can realise until you see the samples how good they are. And what you forget is, still on your stamp set, we've used this. Oh, why have I got the plastic? We've used this element and we've used this element, but you've still got the Crocosmia element here, and you've still got all these here. So it's a really good A4 stamp. There's lots to it. It really does. There's lots to it. And if you look at this one, you can see the text in the background here. You can see I've stamped the text in the background, just as a background stamp. So you can see I've added it in the background, just so you can see that. I'm really chuffed with that. So chuffed with them. It's a bit weird to like your own work, but I'm really chuffed with them. So just move those out of the way. Good afternoon, Samantha. I love vintage, Jane. I always love vintage. So this is the one that we're going to create. I'll just tilt it so you can see all the plasticky bits, because if I don't tilt it, you just get a glare. So I'm just tilting it on one side so that you can see it without the glare. So that shows you what you can get. I think it's good to see samples, Gabby, because the packaging, yes, some designs you will just look at the packaging and go, yes, that's for me. But some things, unless you see them, and this is one of them, unless you see the samples, you don't realise. So this is the one we're going to create. So we'll just leave this here so I can see what we're creating. We'll just plonk that. Let's find somewhere to put my sample. Like so. That's better. And we'll start. Hello, Marlene. Hello there. Good afternoon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start with the pear. And we're going to stamp the pear. I'm sorry about the glare with the acrylic block. Not much I can do about that. I've just had to email James and ask him to add it to today's. Oh, bless you, Joe. Thank you so much. I think that's true, Jennifer. I think that if I'm not inspired by my designs or I don't like them, I don't see the point. Yes, usually it's apples, isn't it, Maureen? You've hit the nail on the head. That's why I did the pear, because I didn't want an apple, I wanted a pear. But I wanted one that was a bit wonky. Does that make sense? A bit wonky so that it isn't perfect. I didn't want a perfect shape, if that makes sense. So I'm really, honest to God, when I used them today, I was so inspired. I just wanted to create. So I was supposed to have a day off today and then do the gardening, but I was really inspired, so I thought, no, I'll go live. So I think that's the sign of a good image, if you like your own image enough to use it. Thank you, Maureen. Maybe start with 6x3 or something in that region. Some sites offer a mix of sizes. I don't know who Sue's answering, but it's obviously not me. They are like my children, Bev. You've hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what they're like. Sorry, I'm using Distress Oxides, Vintage Photo and Ground Espresso. Sorry, I was listening to all your messages, you see. So I'm using Distress Oxide inks. One of my ink pads is very dry. I'm going to have to do it this way because I can't see what I'm doing. Has got to pick up my dinner up. Okay, Lee, no problem. So I'm just going to move this down here while I decide where I'm putting my pear. So I'm just going to put it there, like so. And I've used Distress Oxide inks because I want a vintage feel to it. You don't always have to stamp in black. Oh no, why did I say it? Oh, Beverly, I fall for it every time. Tracy has a wonky pear. Oh, I fall for it every time. Yes, I've got a wonky pear. Oh. Oh, that one will be easy to use, Joe. The Paint Your Dreams. That'll be easy to use. I wanted to use a couple of stamp sets that maybe from the packaging you didn't know what to do with them. And I wanted to use this one because from first example, I don't think people understood where I was coming from. So I wanted to show where I was coming from. So this, I've done nothing to it, and that's the pear. I now need my water brush. Trust you, Beverly, to go with your nips. Oh, for goodness sake, Beverly. I can't believe I said that. I'm just I'm just unbelievable. Why did I say it? And Liz says we're not all perfect. Oh, stop it, you lot. So right, so because I've stamped, Maureen's sure best to do a fine layer of gesso first. The colours will show up better. I'm glad you all know what you're talking about. So because I've stamped with Distress Oxides, that means I can blend some of this colour out. It means I can add some shading down to the base of my pear. It's easy to add the shading. So if you wanted, you could even leave the card like this. Bless Colleen. So I'm now just adding a touch of shading, like so. So instantly your pear, I can't say anything about a pear without it being rude. Your pear is going to be grounded before you've even done anything. So then I'm just going to add a touch of shading in a few places. It's not going to show up much anyway when we finish the whole design, but you can just add some shading Hello, Carol. I bought some white gesso the other week, gradually getting bit. That's what we have to do, Maureen. We get bit by bit. I've just bought some paints today, and then I've bought some plants. Oh dear, I don't seem to have the knack of bit by bit because I bought plants as well. Not many, but I just bought a couple. But I need some compost, and I can't go out, so I can't get any compost. So I'm just adding some shading, and I've done nothing else to this pear, just added shading. Wait until you do a demo with the frogs. Oh, that's just going to be... why am I going to put myself through it? Because it's just going to be dangerous, the frog is. I want to use the frog next, but that's going to be dangerous, isn't it, using the frog? You won't see much of this shading, but I wanted to show you the shading before we did anything else, just to prove that if you wanted a nice simple card, you can also do a nice simple card like this, and then it looks good just like this. Just adding a touch of shading. You see, a shady pear. Oh my God. You lot are just dangerous. Patricia, I'm always buying paints. Do you know why? Because I get through so much paint. Because I've been doing Facebook Lives, I go through paint like it's gone out of fashion. That's why. I use loads of paints. I do that many samples. I use loads. So at the moment, we've just got some shading. Pleased to help. Can you always contact me in Messenger? Oh, bless you, Sue. Thank you for helping. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a touch of stenciling. And I'm using this stencil. It hasn't lasted clean very long, has it? I only had it a day ago. And I've not kept it clean. Our garden centres are delivering whatever you need. Are they, Jennifer? I wonder if our garden centres are. I might check. Because I checked on one garden place and they got no compost left. I ordered 4 plants a month ago online and still waiting. Wow. And they're not bedding ones, Anne. So I'm going to add a touch of this stenciling. So just a touch, because obviously when I add water to this stencil, this will react because I'm adding water to the stencil. So it'll just be a subtle touch. Oh, I might check my garden centres, thank you. I'm just spritzing with water. I'm just spritzing the stencil with water. And then I'm just going to add that over the top. So I'm just adding a touch of stenciling over the top. Oh, and your garden centres and B&Q are... Yeah, but I feel bad going B&Q for compost. Tracy, Asprey is delivering. Oh, thanks, Anne. Thank you, Anne. That's perfect. I'll look up Asprey. Thank you very much, Anne. That's perfect. Just what I needed to know. I'll do that after I've done the Facebook Live. I'll go to Asprey. Thanks, Anne. So I've just got a touch of stenciling in the background, like so. Can you see? And Morrison's have compost. Oh, I might tell my husband. When it doesn't sell out. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Oh, and of course Serena would know because she works for Morrison's. What am I like? They cancelled the order this week. Oh dear, Sue. I wonder why they cancelled the order. Me too. Joe got one given the other week. Yeah, you see, I want to support the garden centres. I want to support them because they'll need the business because they're losing out on business. So I want to support them. I want to support them. Right, what we're going to do now is we've got a piece of calico here and we're now going to stamp the pear onto the calico. We're not stamping my pear, we're stamping the pear. Oh, you see, you're all managing. I might have to look on. I'm going to look online, like Anne said. So I'm just moving this, and I'm now going to stamp the pear on the calico. So I'm just using my VersaFine Claire. Yeah, the slugs are a nightmare. I've got the same problem. I've got one plant that's been eaten down to the bare. Well, there's no plant left, so I've got the same problem as well. So I'm going to stamp this on fabric. I love calico, Linda. I love calico. Calico, I always have phases of what I want to do. So the calico, I go through phases with everything. So I'm just stamping the pear onto calico and lifting my acrylic block just to make sure I get that central area. They killed my echinacea. Exactly, Joe. The slugs are a nightmare. It would make a cute bag, Linda. It would. Exactly would make a cute bag. It would also make a lovely book cover as well. So just lift that like so. And can you see, I'm not going to use it like that, but if you wanted to create a book cover, you could create a book cover like that. So you'd have a lovely book cover, but I'm not doing that. Oh, your garden centre closed 10 months ago. That's a shame. So what I want to do is to show you as many ideas as possible, because I want to show you that the images are not limited. They're so versatile. So what I'm going to do is cut this, rip this in half. I'm now going to rip this in half. Like so. Rip this. The pear, oh, you lot are just all dangerous. So, showing you another design now, because I had another idea. I could create a card like this, so that it was split up like that. So that gives you another idea. You could split it up like that and actually put it on a card like that. You don't have to keep it all together. You can also separate it like so. So it just gives you another idea, because I'm going to create a card like that as well, just to give you another idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out the way. She says there's nowhere to put it. And what I'm going to do is now lay this over the top like so. So I'm going to adhere this over the top. Let me just get my adhesive. It's gorgeous on calico, but when I designed the stamps, I'd already got ideas in my head. So I just wanted, the problem is sometimes using one of your stamps, oh did you, Linda? Sometimes you can't see the possibilities of a stamp until it's stamped. And I think that's the thing with the pear. Until it's stamped and you use it, you don't see the possibilities. So I think it's important to use it. So just line this up like so. And it just lines up beautifully like this. I just love that. It looks cool, doesn't it, Gabby? Oh, you're all replying to each other. Just tuned in and saw stamping on fabric. Fabulous idea. Thank you, Janice. Calico, you can get it from Amazon. Mine was quite cheap. So now you can see we've got this. And then I'm going to use this stamp. I'm going to use this background. But on one of my other samples, I used one of the other backgrounds just to show that the backgrounds all coordinate with the main ones. Hello, Judy. So all the backgrounds coordinate with all the stamp sets. It doesn't matter which one that you use. So now I'm going to use this stamp set 350, because I think the numbers would look lovely. I think they'd look lovely. And I love how the text all lines up. It just, I love it, love it. So now I'm going to add some stamping. So first of all, I'll start in the browns. Oh, thank you, Joe. Beer traps, I still struggle with them. Yes, they do. What's the company name, Anne? On her chander that does the calico. I've forgotten his name, the gentleman that does the calico. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp the number 5 at the top of my card. So I'm just inking up the number 5. Just adding vintage photo and ground espresso. And I'm just going to add the number 5 here. Just because I want some number detail as well. I'll be adding them in black as well. I have satin material. I'd try any material. But can you see you've got that lovely 5 that goes over the fabric as well. So I'm liking the different textures of the fabric, the stamping and the stenciling. That's it, Samantha. Joe from the mill shop. Thank you. I couldn't think of his name. I was thinking, who am I trying to think of? So now I'm going to stamp in some black. So I want to add the 5 down here. That's it, Joe from the mill shop. Hello, Holly. How's your little fur baby? So I'm just inking the number 5 up. Like so. Just remove the ink from the area I don't want, which is there. And then I'm going to stamp the number 5 here. And I love the fact, because I've stamped in the brown, I can overstamp in the black. Sorry, my screen froze. I've missed replying to someone, but can't it now. Oh, it's all right, Maureen. I'm sure they'll be fine. That's technology for you. You see, I love, can you see that I've got the Pear stamped underneath and the number is over the top? She's still not right. Oh, sending cuddles, Holly. But the 5 looks like it's on top of the Pear. Well, it is on top of the Pear, but I love how the Pear looks like it's embedded underneath. That's what I love. And then I'm going to add one more stamping. So I'm going to add a little bit more. I love using stamps, Carita. I love using stamps. But the problem is I design stamps. The reason I design stamps is because I love stamps. I think if you don't love what you do or love using them, then I can't see the point in you designing them. There has to be a reason why you design. And the reason I design is that my first love has always been stamps and embellishments and paint and inks. So they've always been my first love. So to get stamp designs is brilliant. Oh, thank you, Maureen. So I'm just stamping this. And you can see, again, I've got a touch of the splatter here. So it works beautifully. I love that. Just love it. And then what you've got in this stamp set, I mentioned it to you the other day. Let me just bring the stamp set. I mentioned to you the other day. I love how you're all answering each other. I'm now eating chips as my local fish and chip shop has now opened again. Brilliantly. Well done for supporting them. On this stamp set is a little splat. Exactly, Linda. That's the way I designed them. They're all year round and all occasions. So on the stamp set is a little splat. You put that splat on your finger like so. So you put the splat on your finger and then you ink the splat up with it on your finger. So you ink it up with it on your finger and then you can add some splats like so. Just on your finger. I love stamps, Judy. I really love stamps. Always have loved stamps. So I'm just adding, I'll lift this up so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got to have one more. And I'll lift this up. That's just a little stamp on its own. And I'll just lift this up so you can see where we're going. Ground espresso. I have to make sure I've got the right lids. Little cute splat, isn't it, Gabby? But can you see? It just adds a little bit more interest to your card. And I love the fact that I can pick it up with my finger and just add it wherever I want. So I can just pick that one up with my finger. No problem at all. And then what we need to do next is add a bit more life to our image. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the Pear stamp. I've got stuff everywhere. Going to take the Pear stamp again. I'm addicted to stamps, Gabby. I'm addicted to stamps. Not that you'd ever tell, would you? You can't tell I'm addicted to stamps, can you? I'm obsessed with them. I love stamps. So I'm just stamping the leaf So just the leaf at the moment. I love stamps but didn't know how versatile they are until started watching Tracy. Oh, thank you, Janice. It means the Facebook Lives are worthwhile. It means they're worthwhile. So what I'm going to do now is stamp the fruit image. Stamp the fruit. So I'm just stamping the text fruit. Whoops, I've got no room on my desk whatsoever. So just stamping the word fruit. Oh, we're glad you're much better now, Carol. If you ever need any help, just give me a shout. So now we've got fruit. So what we need to do now, I had so many scraps of paper, I've got none. Just reaching for a scrap of paper. Let's blot that. I like picking up my stamps with my fingers instead of using an acrylic block. So do I, Samantha. So do I. You don't always have to use an acrylic block. There are reasons. But that's why I created this stamp set, to be a little bit different than the others. Where did you pre-order it? I love how you're all answering each other because I'm missing comments. Sorry that I'm missing comments. It's just that when I've got my head down and I'm creating, I get in the zone and sometimes I miss a few comments. I do apologise. I'm back shopping, put away. I'll catch up later. No problem, Margaret. So I'm just doing the leaf separately. I like adding lots of layers to my designs, and this just shows you that we're only using one image. We're not even using the whole stamp set. We're just using part of the stamp set. So we're just going to cut round the fruit image. Me too, I've got 13 or 14 folders of them. 3 are all in Create. Oh, I just love stamps. Love stamps. I need a bigger room, but hey ho, I just have a clear out now and then. So I'm just going to trim that. Bring in my scrap paper. I have been trying different things out of my comfort zone since watching your lives. That's brilliant, Gina. Such as the owl earrings. They were fab. They were fab. Exactly, the owl earrings. It's nice to try different things, I think. I love trying different things. So I'm going to use my VersaFine. Oh no, I just want to add a bit of shading to my leaf and my fruit. Yes, it's a UK company. Oh, sorry, you're replying to somebody else. I do beg your pardon. I like it because you all reply to each other. Oh, see, Sue's a stampaholic as well. I'm glad somebody else is because I'm obsessed by them. I love the versatility of stamps. The fact that a white piece of card can go from a white piece of card to something totally different. I just love it. I also love the fact that you're all answering each other. I can't reach my bin. So now what I'm going to do, I want to add a bit more life. So what I'm going to do, I'm obsessed with, oh bless you all, you're so good. So I'm just inking with my Versamark. Just inking with my Versamark, and then I'm going to add some clear embossing powder. So I'm just adding some clear embossing powder over the Versamark because I want this to look like a glass tile. So I'm going to add 3 layers. So we'll just heat that up. I've got boxes of stamps. Sleeping with the Enemies on tonight. I'm going to watch it. Thank you, Joe. So I'm just heating this up just to get... Yes, definitely be more patient. There's no rush with your stamping. You know, the idea is that you enjoy it. I don't rush when I'm doing my Facebook Lives because I want to enjoy it. I don't want to rush the process. That's what I also love, Tracy, the variety. Exactly, it's the variety, Gabby. And I love the fact that you can create yourself a piece of artwork, and if you want to give it away or you want to hang it up or you just want to do a journal and do it for fun, it's brilliant. I love it. I just love doing it. So I'm just adding 3 layers. So most of you find the Facebook Lives definitely worthwhile then. I've gone away from stamping, but since watching Tracy, I've been using mine far more. You see, Sue, that makes me happy that you've been using them far more, because we don't want them stuck in a cupboard. There's no point if they're stuck in a cupboard. I definitely use all my products, but I'm quite good. Like today, I knew I was going to use the Pear, so I didn't go around and try to use 100 different things. I just used the Pear. A little surprise package of stamps from All and Create today. Must have been an abs giveaway. Yay, Anne. Yes, it must have been. Yes, it was a giveaway probably. So I'm just lifting, and can you see I've now got like a glass tile-like finish. Oh, thank you, Karen. Just so you can see, that's got... I won't stop the live, Sue, definitely not. But I would if they were getting boring, but I won't. So that gives you like a glass tile-like finish. And then we're going to do the leaf, because we can't leave the leaf out. Oh, thank you, Beverly. Yes, it's just, you know, obviously, as long as they're still okay and they're still interesting, because you wouldn't want people to think, oh my God, not another live. So no, it's nice if they do what they're supposed to do, and you want to create or have a go at something. So we're just going to, I've got that many things here. Let me just move this out the way. We're going to heat this now, so we've got 3 layers on this. The clear embossing's lovely, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Eugenie. So we're now going to add another layer. We're just adding 3 layers just to give it a glass tile-like finish. Obviously, you can use glossy accents, but I'm just doing clear embossing today because that's what I want to do. Because that suits me. Oh, thank you, Karen. Are you going to put them all in one album, Sue? Oh, that's brilliant. And then describe the techniques so that you don't forget. That's fab idea, Sue. That's what I tend to do. I either keep something to remind me or create a little journal. So that's got the 3rd layer. I don't know why I tipped that one, because it just went straight. It went straight on my desk, not in the pot. Then I'll only be able to watch you on YouTube. Oh, bless Carol. I'll still put them on YouTube because everybody will be at work. So I'm just going to heat that up. Can you use also glaze embossing? Yes, you can. Absolutely, Eugenie. But can you see now, this just brings another dimension to part of the stamped image. I can't pick it up. To part of the images. So it brings another interest to those images, which is what we're going to add to our stamped image. I've just put my finger in there, so I'm just going to heat that up just so that it's nice and smooth, because that will irritate me. That's better. My friend lost her mum from a stroke, and her funeral was today. Oh no, Jennifer, so sorry about that. So we're going to add these now. So just move this out the way. That's a bit hot, so we'll just move that out the way. Bring the card back in. And I'm going to add this fruit element here. And it just brings another interest to your card. Another interest. So just bring that in. You see, and I've loved creating these. And that's what being creative should be about. And when you're pleased with the result afterwards, there's nothing better. The satisfaction when you create something you're happy with. They look lovely, don't they, Sarah, in the clear embossing? And also you could click like this one. Oh, let me just go get it. On this one, I clear embossed the pear. I clear embossed the whole thing. So it looks quite nice when it's all clear embossed as well, because I clear embossed the pear. Just gives you another sort of dimension to the project. Just makes it look a little bit different, I think. I quite like the... So I keep going off on tangents, can you tell? My fingers look like I'm a chain smoker. Oh, mine are disgusting. I've got black, brown. It's when you use amber and then they look like nicotine. So I'm now going to add this over the fabric, like so. So this is over the fabric, like that. Oh yes, I'm liking that. And then I've got this packaging from Tim Holtz. I've never tried embossing, but ordered some clear. Oh, I love it, Maureen. I love it because it just gives another dimension to the card. It just brings it to life. Because we've got the stenciling, the stamping, the fabric, the pear, the embossing. It really brings a lot to it, to the design. I love that. So we're just going to press this down to make sure it's stuck. And then I've got this packaging from Tim Holtz's Ideology. So I'm going to cut one of these out. So I'm just going to cut around the edge of the packaging, like so. Just cut around the edge of the packaging, because this is going to be a little mini shaker element. Are you hoping your hands come clean? No problem, Chris, look after yourself. So I'm just going to add a little shaker element to my card. Have a good heat tool. So what I need to do now is take this little piece of calico and stamp the word pear. So I'm just take this piece of calico and stamp the word pear. I've got no room. Hope you feel better soon. So I'm just going to stamp the word pear onto calico. Take this little piece, move this out the way. No, don't throw anything away. No, no, no. You never know what it might be used for. Just putting my head in the way. So just stamp pear on the calico. Whoops. There we go. So we've got pear. I need to clean my hands because they're in such a mess. More bin diving. We need some bin diving. We like bin diving. I spend my life bin diving. So now I'm going to add this to here. So we've got pear there. That'll be why your thistle arrived and not the bees. The bees aren't quite here yet. That just sounds so odd. The bees aren't quite here yet. I talk about them as if they're human. I can't wait to do a sample with the bee. That'll be easy to use, that will. That bee will be so easy. So what I've got now is I've got some sequins. On the last one, on my sample, I put some watch parts. It's when you start diving down your neighbour's bins. I put some watch parts in this one, but I'm going to put some sequins in this one. Some sequins. So I've got some little sequins here. Some little sequins that I'm just going to add to my little shaker element. That'll do. We don't need many because it's only a little shaker element. So we've got this. Yes, they are on here. They are, yes. So I'm just going to add. No, she's not because my glue's not working. Add this. Come on. Add the glue around the edge. Just add the glue around the edge of the... Come on. My glue's given up the ghost, that's it. Just add the adhesive around the edge of the packaging. And then place this, let's move that up a bit. Place this over the word pear and then hold it there. I still got loads of those. Now I can use them, absolutely. Let's find a use for them. So I'm just holding this in place while I just get some black card. Let's place this on a black card. Oh no, we've not quite finished yet. I've missed something. No problem, Sue. So I'm just going to add a couple of paper clips. So this card's got a little shaker element as well. I love the fact it's got a little shaker element. So I need some of these little paper clips. I need new glue, don't I, Anne? There's always something I need. It's just a nightmare. It's never ending. There's always something I need. So now I'm going to add some shading around my card. Just around the outside edges of the card. They have a sale on glue, do they, Linda? That might be where I'll go next then. Because I always use glue in bulk. I never need just a little bit of glue. There's no such thing. I need glue card in bulk. So just adding some shading. Blocked nozzle as well as wonky pear. That's me. Blocked nozzle and wonky pear. And I'm moving my leaf now. So I'm just adding some shading. Just to make it look more like a vintage print. Whoops. And then I'm going to add some paper clips. It's dried up. Oh no, I don't like it when they dry up. So I'm just adding some paper clips there. One there. One here. Just want it to look sort of quite aged. And then one here. And if I bring in the black card, so you can see the card, I'll just lift it up so you can see that shaker element. So you've got like a little shaker element here that's got sequins in. Little shaker on your pear. Yes, you could use that beeswax as well. So you've got a lovely shaker on the pear. The adhesive will dry clear. You've got the embossed element here. You've got the fabric as well. I just love that. And if I bring in the framed piece, there it is, framed. And I just love. It draws your eye to it, doesn't it, Lee? I agree. So I'm really chuffed with that. But it shows that in a frame, it really sets it off. But on this one, I've added a piece of mica. Do you remember mica tiles? Hang on. Do you remember these mica tiles that you used to be able to get? I don't know whether you still can. But do you remember the mica tiles? These mica tiles. Yes, they can definitely be pressed into melted embossing powder. No problem at all, Joe. I do that all the time. So they can be pressed into that. But I've added some mica on here as well. And if I tilt it on its side, you can see that. You can see that you've got some mica on there. I just love it. Tilt it on its side and then you can see the detail. I'm so chuffed with that. I'm chuffed with the pear. I'm just thrilled with it. Thank you very much, Diane. Nice, simple idea, but it looks so classy. It really looks classy. So now, if I wanted to give somebody a gift, I could give them the framed piece and then a card to match because they both coordinate together. But I absolutely love all the different textures that you get. I love mica as well, Judy. Oh, there you go, Laurie. You need to use them. Sainsbury's here with food delivery. Okay, Anne, we finished anyway, Anne. See you soon. So that's our demo for today. So the frames will be on a one-day special. All the stockists have got them, the pair. So if you look at the stamp set, I think the artwork, when you look at that, yay, there you go, Maria. When you sort of look at when you look at the stamp, you don't realise that you can do so much. It just looks lovely. What's that? And the number 2 in top. Yes, the number 2 here, which I haven't stamped. So if I bring this in, I know what Eugenie's saying. On the original, I added, whoops, on the original one, I stamped the two, let me have a look. So we stamped, let me look at the numbers, 2, 9 and 7. We stamped 2, 9 and 7. Let's see what we can stamp on this one. So I'm just adding a little bit more where I missed. So I'm just adding 2, 9 and 7 here, because I put that on the original project, and then the card coordinates perfectly with the gift. There we go. It coordinates perfectly with the gift. I love it. Just love it. Love it, Tracy. Love the colours of the card and the frame. Thank you very much, Isabel. Thank you very much. So that's our demo for today. And I may be back tomorrow. I can't decide yet because it depends if I can get a project done. Well, I'm going to have to... Oh, bless you. Thanks, Liz. Another catch-up time being buried in the garage again. No problem, Sue. Do we know what's been the one day... What's been the one day special? Yeah, I know what the... I know what the one day special is, Margaret. It is... Hang on. The one day special is the Pear stamp, the snails and the tools, and the thistle. That's the one day special, Margaret. I like the card as well, Laurie. So yes, so the one day special is the thistle, the snails with the tools, and the Pear stamp. I still need to do something ready for Saturday's workshop, Sue. So yes, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Marjorie. So I'll see if I can make it tomorrow. It just depends if I get my prep done for my workshop. So if I can, I'll advertise it and let you know. So I hope you can enjoy the rest of the sunshine, and I hope you feel inspired by the Pear. How long before they're in the States? Frantic Stamper, I know, have definitely ordered them, so I'm hoping Frantic Stamper should have them online soon. Thank you very much, Tracy. Thank you very much. I'm really chuffed with it. Maria, I would message All and Create if you're still waiting. Or Hachanda, definitely. Thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks very much. Bye. Enjoy the rest of the sunshine. Bye.